Hey everybody, Mike Buck with AK Sledders. We're fortunate to have Graham Predinger here today to talk to us about avalanche safety. He's got some really good information to share. He's really an ambassador and an advocate for the sledding community, and has been a teacher for years with the Alaska Avalanche School. He's got some great information for us today.
Hello, Graham Predinger here with the Chugach National Forest Avalanche Center and the Alaska Avalanche School. I'm here on location in Mike Buck's backyard, also known as Hatcher Pass, and I want to talk a little bit about this upcoming winter. I think we all know it's going to be a little bit different this year as society is still in the grips of COVID, and avalanche forecasters and educators are expecting a busier than usual winter in the backcountry this year. We've got several metrics that are going to point towards that. We've got a used sled market that sleds are selling at a premium right now. You can't find a new mountain sled to save your life on the showroom floor. Search and rescues this past summer and spring have been up threefold, and the Alaska Avalanche School and other avalanche providers are effectively sold out of classes right now. So what we're anticipating is a relatively new crop of backcountry users to be using the mountains this winter on snow machines and skis. So I want to talk about a couple things that we can do to hopefully prep ourselves for what we anticipate to be a busier than normal winter. One, I think it's going to be more important than ever this year to develop and build upon your backcountry ethic. And what I mean by this really starts in the parking lot with trip planning. When you're heading out into the mountains for a day, keep in mind who you're riding with. Build your team with folks that have similar skills to your own, that have a similar risk profile, and are geared up as you are with beacon, shovel, probe, airbag, communications, and hopefully an avalanche education. So that's kind of the first tier to this building your backcountry ethic. As you head out into the backcountry, keep in mind that it's going to be busier on the slope scale, particularly in places like Turnagain Pass and Hatcher Pass. We anticipate, again, a lot of groups and potentially a lot of new users and new groups. So it's really going to be important this winter to have your head on a swivel. Keep in mind where you're at on the slope based on where other groups are. And if at all possible, provide other groups space, communicate your intentions to other groups as well, because it could be a real concern with folks dropping in on top of each other or high marking over each other. And it's not anything anybody wants to do on purpose, but with a busy backcountry, things like this are going to happen. So it's going to be really important to just have that awareness about you when you're in the mountain environment this winter. Pick up after yourselves in the parking lots and out in the backcountry. Don't give land managers a reason to shut down areas this winter because they're overused. This is important on the trail as well as in the parking lot, and it goes to show how responsible our user group can be to land managers. And furthermore, building this backcountry ethic, I'd argue that everyone has a responsibility to their community to provide avalanche observations to their local avalanche center, or post on social media if you're involved in an avalanche or if you witness an avalanche. This is a critical piece to building that backcountry ethic and responsibility this winter, to share that information with your avalanche centers and on social media, other peers in your community. Not only does it provide for a more pertinent and succinct avalanche forecast, but it could very well save a life of somebody who gets that information. So building on that backcountry ethic from the trailhead specifically, it's important to be on the same page with your riding partners, doing that, developing that parking lot protocol. We've got there's some great tools out there and checklists and such to build this protocol. But the basics of it, you're doing a beacon check every day, making sure everyone's got a shovel and a probe, making sure airbags are armed before they're leaving the trailhead, doing a communication check, making sure you guys are on the same radio frequency before leaving the parking lot. Just the ability to dot your I's and cross your T's is going to go a long way. Checking the avalanche forecast before showing up to the parking lot. All these really basic things are just going to provide for a safer, more fun day in the backcountry for you and your riding partners.
Thanks everybody for watching today. I want to really thank Graham for being out here and sharing some really good information with us. Have a fun, safe season. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks.